Hearing Lori Harvey and Kerry Washington's stunning bodies were sculpted by Pilates to Pink Princess Pilates aesthetic that's taken over TikTok. We have entered into what people are calling the sculpt era. We'll discuss the name eventually. But a lot of people are getting into the Pilates, yoga, bar, and a lot of people are like, wait, there's a difference? Bird dogs and downward dogs. What's the difference? I am here to help. About 5 years ago, because I'm a stiff person who couldn't touch their toes, I got into yoga, which made me dabble into Pilates, which along the lines made me sign up for a couple bar classes. This week, I'm gonna take you guys throughout a week of doing Pilates, yoga, bar, and explain what's the pros, the cons, who's it's for, what's the best free class, what's the worst, most expensive class, and what the hell the difference is. Let's go.
It is 5:30 a.m. I'm not well. I'm going to a bar class, and the only one I could find that will let me film right now. 6 a.m. across the city. Yeah. I'm at Pure Bar in Kitsilano, and we're gonna go do a bar class. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. So one thing that sets bar apart from Pilates, yoga, is in the name. There's a little bar in the workout. I decided to do a bar workout today because I've been struggling to get my glutes mind-muscle connection firing the last little bit, and I find bar is great for that. Hannah, who instructed it, explained to me kind of the definition of Pure Bar specifically.
So you get into specific positions where you do small ranges of motion, and that's isometric muscle movement.
Bar is a body weight and lifting workout distinguished from other group fitness activities by its use of the ballet bar and its incorporations of movements derived from ballet. Think of it as if a Pilates workout and a ballet class had a baby. What do you actually do at bar? Each is usually a full body workout, primarily around muscle endurance, focused around the arms, legs, glutes, and core. The goal is to fatigue each muscle through small targeted movements with high rep and lighter weight. Think of pulsing in squat position.
You have the option of
Do the pulses with low weight actually lead to muscle gain / fat loss? Depends. If you're someone who does a lot of weight training, you probably won't see any extra muscle gain, unless there's some muscles you really had trouble engaging. If you don't do any progressive overload, you could see some muscle growth from this. In terms of weight loss, that really comes down to your calorie expenditure. Best way to balance bar, Pilates with strength training. If you're doing a consistent strength training routine, I'd only recommend doing these once or twice a week, just to add some mobility and strengthen some weaker muscles. My favorite free resources. First is Pure Bar actually has a free intro class. I'll put a link down below for you guys. And then some of my favorite girls online, Heather Robertson and Moves with Nicole, both have bar workouts. My favorite resource I've paid for is the Lululemon Studio. The different types of bar. There's Pure Bar, which is the largest franchise. There's also the Bar Method, Physique 57, Figure 4, Bar 3, all primarily in major cities. Pros I've had from doing bar: full range of motion via increased flexibility and strength. It does increase muscle strength to a point, improve muscle endurance, and gentle on the joints. Cons, I didn't really see any drastic changes in my performance from doing bar ever. And 2, it's really fun occasionally, but for me personally, when I'm consistently doing it, I get kind of bored of it.
I know a lot of you have been asking, where is Research Kelty bitch? She's been MIA because she's been away passing her thesis, getting her PhD, so I would like to present Professor Kelty. Hello class and welcome to your first lesson at Seed University. Today we'll be going over 3 multiple choice questions to test how your intelligence compares to other YouTube viewers. Question number 1. What is Seed's DSO1? A. A character from Star Wars. B. A 2-in-1 prebiotic and probiotic. C. The name of Elon Musk's newest child. Yes, Brittany? The answer? Yes.
B!
The correct answer is indeed B. It is a broad spectrum, 24-strain probiotic and prebiotic formulated for system health and engineered to survive acid enzymes, moisture, and heat. Question number 2, class. DSO1 is formulated with strains that A. Promotes digestive health. It supports healthy regularity and ease of bloating. B. Provides luck through the Felix Felis potion. C. Helps you write prompts for ChatGPT. Yes, Robert.
A!
You are correct. It is formulated with strains that have gut health and beyond benefits, such as skin and heart health. All 24 of these strains have been clinically or scientifically studied. Question C. DSO1 is engineered to A. Self-drive itself. B. Allow to play games in the metaverse. Survive its way into the gut through its capsule VIA cap. Yes, Sam.
A!
No, despite the fanfare, it is not a Tesla. The correct answer is a C. The capsule protects the bacteria from oxygen, moisture, and heat. It provides a safeguard from stomach acid and bile, so they stay alive long enough to reach the colon. I will now pass your answers off to a regular boring Kelty who will grade your assignment. You all got 3 out of 3. Congratulations. And because you guys got all 3 questions right, I would love to bless you with some extra credit. Use Kelty15 and you will get 15% off your first month's supply of Seed's DS01 Daily Symbiotic plus free shipping. Click my link down below and thank you, Seed, for sponsoring this video. I've also spent so much money on Pilates classes, so to save money, save time, I'm just gonna do an at-home workout. Why I'm doing Pilates today is just to work on some posture imbalances because we all have them, and just strengthen some of my weaker muscles that cause lower back pain. I'm gonna do one of my favorite free resources. We're gonna do moves with Nicole, 20 minutes Pilates core. There's actually 5 main types of Pilates. What I'm doing today would fall under mat Pilates because I'm on a mat.
Classical. In 1920s, Joseph Pilates combined mat and apparatus work designed to move the body through a full range of motion. From contemporary, similar to classical, but with modern knowledge of physiotherapy and knowledge of biomechanics added, which will vary a lot depending on the teacher. A lot of focus on rehab, prenatal, and achieving a neutral pelvis. Reformer, performed on a reformer, which comprises of a platform, sliding cartridges, a pulley, which add resistance, aka weight, to the movement. Mega reformer is similar, but mega reformer is actually something completely different. It doesn't really fall under Pilates. Clinical Pilates is anything I just mentioned with a physiotherapist or clinical Pilates instructor.
And it's different strengthening exercises with either body weight or literal weights. Exercises such as bridges, ab curls, toe taps, bicycles, clamshells. Is mat Pilates effective? Depends what your goals is. Is it gonna get you the world's biggest booty, Kim Kardashian level? Get you absolutely yoked? No. Will it potentially correct some posture imbalances? Yeah. It should be part of your routine, but if you want the biggest butt or strongest squat in the world, no. It's a component of your workout, not your full workout. Question 2, how do you tell which Pilates workout are worth it? First thing, certification. Here's a rule of thumb. If people have certifications, they're plastering it everywhere. If a company pays the money to go get NSF certified, bam, it's on the front of the nutritional label. If an instructor has gone above and beyond 5,000 hours of training, this master's degree, this certification, they're gonna have it plastered everywhere. Make sure things are plastered. Go in their YouTube About section. See if they have any certifications. Lily Sabry is a great example. Pilates, a lot of physiotherapy aspects. Lily Sabry has her master's in physiotherapy. There's a great example of someone who's teaching good things. So just look for the certifications, the hours training, the education. How to engage your core while doing Pilates. This is where a good instructor comes into play. I can tell you things like tuck your tailbone in, lower back to the ground, suck your belly button in, squeeze, but that might not be applicable to you. This is why I think you should fork over the money to go to like 1 or 2 good Pilates classes, and the instructor will come and do corrections for you and just be like, oh, tuck your tailbone there. A good trainer is constantly being like, giving you cues. Don't judge any of this form, I was multitasking.
Speaking of which, my favorite online free resources are Moves with Nicole and Lily Sabry.
Shout out my favorite paid for apps. So far my apps that I've enjoyed the most I paid for is Alo. I know
But I'm mad at it because I didn't know about the automatic renewal.
I said it was the worst, but that was just because I forgot to cancel it. But when I used it, it was stunning. Lulu Studio, also a stunning app. Melissa Wood Health, it's the epitome of that girl. Forma.
My favorite gyms are Jaybird and House Concepts in Vancouver. Pros to Pilates. It helped improve muscle endurance of postural muscles for me, maintain muscle strength when I was injured, and great cross-training for my running. Cons, it can be expensive as beep. And it's kind of a scam now because I feel everyone's just putting Pilates in front of their workout.
A lot of people right now are just slapping anything that's on a mat and calling it Pilates, which I don't blame them. You put Pilates in a thumbnail, it gets clicks. This probably got clicks because of Pilates. I don't blame the game, but it might not be Pilates. Good morning, you beautiful people. It is, I don't know what time, but it's early, and I'm gonna go to the gym and do yoga. I've had a ton of intense workouts this week, and I'm so sore, and I know myself that if I just sit all day, I will be even sorer the next day. But if I go on walks and do some mobility, I'll feel so much better, and that's where yoga comes in. Go to the gym and go through like a basic flow. The other time I really love to do yoga is like at the end of a work week where I just need to like end the work week. It's like a nice cutoff, and I'm like, just breathe. So what is yoga? It's an ancient system of practices used to balance the mind and body through exercise, meditation, focusing thoughts, and control of breathing and emotions. Sorry, there's a bit of a fan, it will go away.
So the cool thing about yoga is once you get good at it, or done enough times, you kind of can do it yourself. And you can kind of go along with how your body feels. Like today, my hips are tight. So I do a lot more hip things.
Is it fun? Personally, I was shocked. This is why I actually like yoga. It's incredibly playful. I'll show you what I might just do just for fun.
This is not gonna be good form. See, but then keep trying. Yeah, just play around.
Finished yoga, got to the studio. Lululemon bags for Lunchbox Squad, where you at? If you know, you know. And I just gotta take a second to break, because this is like peak wellness really. I made steel cut oats. Not quick oats, steel cut. This will be the only time I ever do it, but I feel superior. They took 30 minutes. I made a pot. I meal prepped them into 3 separate containers. Wellness, yogi, spiritual, superiority. Joke aside, I will never do this again because it took way too much time, so I had to post it on the internet to make myself feel better and everyone else feel worse. Because that's what half these exercises do. My favorite free online resources. The Queen Moves with Nicole. Sarah Beth Yoga. On Instagram, I love Jessica Ollie. She just has like short little tidbits. My favorite one I've paid for is the Lululemon Studio. It is just... Yoga is also different because there's so many different types of yoga. So I'm gonna rapid fire. Please forgive me that I'm gonna pronounce so many of these things wrong. First, vinyasa. It's more athletic type composed of flowing through different yoga poses. Hatha. It's an umbrella term. Please pray for me that this was not bad luck for opening this indoors. My OCD, I have to do it twice. Now I'm convinced I'm okay. It's an umbrella term for all physical postures, and yoga is a combo of postures, breathing, and great for beginners. Most styles of yoga are hatha. Yin yoga, which is a slower pace, just think you're gonna hold stretches for about 30 seconds in different yoga postures. This is like when you wanna meditate and stretch, yin. Prenatal yoga, self-explanatory, from my mamas to be. Bikram, canceled. Sorry. If you didn't know, research it. Guy, Bikram, made the name, not a good person. But it was 26 postures performed 2 times, in a hot room. That leads me to another type of yoga, hot yoga. It's usually a room 104 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 40 degrees Celsius. Bikram, it's in a hot room yoga. And yeah, they've kind of gone away from Bikram, just gone to hot yoga. Kind of like what happened with CrossFit. Happens quite often in the fitness world. Someone creates it, they turned out to be a bad person, but it was overall great, did great things for people. So we take it, change the name, and yeah, that happened. So the pros I had from doing yoga: 1, increased mobility. Number 2, connecting with my body. Yoga was the first practice I've ever done where I just connected with my body in a flow state, which has really been the mission over the last couple of years. As being a former athlete, it's like getting a different type of flow. There's flow zoned in, and there's flow like connecting with your body movement. 3, it was the first time I really got to experience like playfulness, and I find it fun in the sense that like you connect with that inner child. And 4, very meditative. If I just need to unwind, and I'm not someone who can just sit there and meditate. I'll do a challenge one day. I'm just not there. Concentrate on my breathing, connect with my body. Cons, some studios are pretentious. 2, some of the postures are not great for everyone, and sometimes yoga can make you so flexible without strengthening, so it leads to injuries. Become too flexible or too weak. 3, the classes are expensive, but there's plenty of online resources. 4, don't hate me, but sometimes the music really sucks. I know I should, because it's a spiritual practice also. I'm not making fun of like the spiritual practice yoga. I'm talking westernized yoga. We've kind of taken it and rebranded it in 100 different ways. The spiritual yoga, if I'm going to India and I'm learning true yoga, I want the full experience. If I'm just going to like a basic yoga class where it's more like mobility, it's not the spiritual, I'm like, can we just play something a bit more upbeat? But that's my own ADHD. And the last con is exactly that. I feel yoga is a spiritual practice based in Indian culture. Just that side note, that was so briefly, but I'm just trying to make it accessible to everyone, the idea of it. We've taken it over here in the Western world and like added music to it and really expensive workout classes and still called it yoga. And those classes, there's nothing, I love those classes, but like we need a different name. It feels a little slimy calling it yoga. But it's not really always yoga. Sometimes it is yoga, but it's not always yoga. So I'm gonna rank all these, my top and worst, and who I think they're best for. Best of the 3 for muscle building is Pilates. It is not the best thing for building muscle, but out of the 3. Best for mobility, yoga. Most likely to lead to injury is also the least likely, yoga, because it's beginner friendly, low impact, slower movement, but it can definitely lead to being over flexible and not strong enough. And the advanced poses, if beginners try, can injure you. And even advanced people trying some of those poses could hurt. Most Most playful, bar and yoga. Playful movements, trying new things with yoga, and then definitely like the dancey type movements in bar is really fun. Best for your mental health? I'll give you 3 seconds to guess. It's clearly yoga. It's like half meditation. Like we all need a little yoga for the mind. What makes you the most sore? Bar. Pilates is like a good sore. It's kind of like full body, but bar has this ability to find these little muscles, and it's just a different soreness. I prefer the Pilates soreness. It's a good sore, like yeah, it's small muscles, but I said about bar, it's my shin. And overall, my ranking of them: first yoga, second Pilates, third bar. Reason being, I think we all need a bit of like movement meditation. Yoga is great for that. Pilates is unbelievable for posture correction. And bar is a fun way to get some muscle endurance, body connection, get a sweat, and a social time with friends. If you're a former dancer, you will love that form of movement. I was never a dancer, so I think that's also goes into it. I feel kind of stupid. And now I'm going to show you my results from all of them. Here are my results from doing yoga for 30 days. Here's my results from doing Pilates for 30 days / 3 years. And then here's the brief time I did bar and my results. These kind of mean nothing because there's so many different forms of bar, Pilates, yoga. It's really tough to say because you could 30 days yoga and you do a completely different type of yoga, different instructor, different movements. Yoga is a great way to work on your mobility, spiritual practice, meditation. Pilates is a great way to work on strengthening some muscle, posture correction, mobility, and bar is a fun way to get some movement in. And it also has some muscle endurance and mobility added in as well. And that's kind of where they are. They're nothing crazy. They are one tool in the toolkit that you can do. You're like, you know what? I don't really feel like going for a run. I'm gonna go do a bar class. I'm not gonna stretch after my workout. I'm just gonna go do Pilates and just like feeling that out. If you have any online resources, please comment below and I will pin the best comment because more free resources, the better. Most importantly, have a great dog. Go, love you. What was that brain fart? Have a great day. Go pet a dog. Love you guys. Bye.